All right, so I'm super excited to now bring to the table our X11. It's definitely worth the wait, and 11 just added on top of that. So we about to dig through, go over some of the updated features that they have and the 2 new modules they dropped in. So you guys keep it locked. Stay tuned. One of the first ones is Dialogue Isolate, which is a very, very great way of getting your music to either be pulled back with noise or reverb. And they've added a different neural net to it, so now that you can do it in real time. Now, of course, they also have presets that you can start with, right? So you have a section down here that says quality, right? Now, if you have a really good computer, Best Offline is great, you know, for those who don't have a good computer but still want to get great processing, then good real time would be your best option. And of course, you can control the sensitivity of how much it will separate from either your noise from your actual dialogue. So that sensitivity controls for that. Now we're going to preview it, and then I'm going to do it in real time so that you guys can get a gist of what it does.
Improv is acting without a script.
Let's take the noise out.
The main rule of improv is yes and, which means that you agree with what the person
tells you. And now I hear reverb, so let's pull the reverb out.
It's also a great skill for learning how to pivot on the spot, think outside the box, think creatively, team build. So
as you see, you know, basically you can pull out the noise all the way and the reverb. Now this is the standard version you would see. Right now, for those who have an advanced version, you click this little button right here that shows advanced options, and this actually opens up to where now you can control your noise in bands and your reverb in bands, and the amount of how much within that band that you would want to, you know, process it. You have the amount for low, mid, low, high, mid, and high, and you can basically adjust all those in real time.
Things that we need in our real lives as well. When you work with others and you work off of their ideas, not only is it fun and stress busting, but it's comical.
So as you see, you can control so much more and get more in dynamic with Dialogue Isolate, because it gives you now the option to subtract, you know, with band and also do it in real time. That's one of the features that probably we'll be using a lot more. The next one is actually Dialogue Contour. So as far as the actual interface for Dialogue Contour, they've updated it, so now you can control your pitch, your format, and your variation basically is that expression or expressiveness that you will want to be in the actual vocal. They also have, like I said, presets where you can start with the beginning of the word and go down 3 semitones. For me, in this feature, it's worked out best where you just do it in real time. Now, since we've selected what we wanted to adjust, now we can go ahead and preview it.
Improv is acting without a script. The main rule of improv is yes and, which means that you agree with what the person tells you and you add to it. It's also a great skill for learning how to pivot on the spot.
And you can actually curve the smoothing of the actual sound for that waveform. The next one is also Music Rebalance. Music Rebalance is stem separation, and stem separation is the new thing right now. Everybody's doing it. I love the interface that they have for it, because again, another simplistic one. And of course, they have the different options for good, better, and best. And the way that you start it off is that you go and you stem separate them. So you split the stems, and I've already done that for the sake of the video. Let's go ahead and play the song just to set it up so you can hear it. And skip around real quick. All right, so basically now, since I've separated them, they'll break out into these tabs on your actual RX editor. And what you can do is you can go manipulate those sounds. So that's the vocal, and this is the bass. All right, this is the percussion or drums. And of course, other instruments would be, I would consider it the melody or anything else that would not be the vocal, bass, or the drums. Now, of course, you hear a little bit of artifact within that, but then this is where you go and adjust and change your audio settings within this. One thing I do like about this is that this feature really is good for those who remixes or do remix music, because now you can go pull back your vocal, and this, you don't have to necessarily render it as individual ones unless you necessarily want to, but you can render this all as one now. So now since you separated it, you have the option to do that and then render it as a whole, or you can render them individually per sound based off what the focus that you're trying to do. Let's go on to the two new features and modules that they have, which is streaming preview and loudness optimization. So the streaming preview is basically great for those who, you know, are trying to match once you finish mixing, once you finish mastering, and you pull it into RX, and you want to make sure that all of your sound matches. Now, each one of these streaming previews are based off of the online presence for the platform. So if you have like Amazon, you got Apple, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube. I've realized that YouTube works off of the Opus codec. Some of them work on the lossless, or they've worked on the OGG. Whatever one that you're applying it to, this is where you would go. If you want to change the quality of it right here, you can as well. And I will pretty much put it at 320, and if you wanted to apply it, you just hit apply to add positive gain to it, so that it's maintaining, you know, a lot of headroom within that area. And the last module that they added, of course, is the loudness optimization. Now this right here is something that I love, because as you see, once you bring it up, it measures your actual loudness, all your LUFS gates and all that stuff you can control now with it being measured. And now you can learn the option, right? So we're going to hit learn, and what it does is it's going to pull up the actual waveform as you see. And this is a vocal, right? So it's not going to be music, but the vocal itself, let's say for podcast, it measures the loudness. And that line that's underneath, which is right here under this gray bar, this is what's not measured. It's already measured 92% of it, so it's caught pretty much every area that needed to actually be loud. All right, again, so make sure if you guys want to get the update, for those who already have it, you can drop down to the link in the description and get your update. For those who don't have it, you can also go to that link and cop RX11. It's definitely worth it, especially if you're doing anything when it comes to audio. I mean, a lot of professional people are using it. The top industry people are using it, so you definitely can't go wrong with Izotope RX11, man. It's definitely a beast. Shout out to Mick and the whole fam, Native Instruments and the Izotope team, for allowing us to have an opportunity to check it out. Another one done, another one in the books. You guys already know who it is. It's your boy Thesis. Peace.